I decided to go live with my this is better half. We decided to go live with him today. This is our first live together.
Yeah.
So hi, say hi to my
Hi, good people out there.
hi everyone.
Hi, everyone.
So today we decided to it's Friday and it's like a weekend. It's a weekend and we felt like we should have a conversation. We should I think I've had people ask me this question. Someone even asked me today that can we do a live or something, a video about how we met and some things like that. So we would be we would briefly talk about that. So whenever you come across this live, please don't forget to drop a comment. Don't forget to drop a don't forget to subscribe. Please, this is my husband.
And this is my wife.
So so we're going to talk about how we met. So please drop a comment. Don't forget to drop a comment. Let me check the orientation of this thing. Coming. Oh. Okay, so whenever you come across this video, don't forget to like join. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to comment. Make sure you subscribe. So I'm going to have this conversation with him. Someone asked me today. I used to always say that it seems every life is inspired by conversation or a question. Someone asked me to talk about how we met. So I met this man when. So let's talk about from his perspective. How did we meet? How did we meet? I mean, let's talk about the fact that we got married and we had we dated and married in less than 5 months. Or less than 6 months.
Yeah, yeah.
Less than 5 months. So how did it happen? How did you meet this amazing woman?
Well,
Hi, day. Hi. Go ahead. So tell us how did we meet?
okay. Meeting an amazing person like you is a
Mm-hmm.
dream of every young man.
Ah,
And for me, luck shined on me. Let me say that.
hey,
That we're
love
able to,
shined on him.
yeah,
I
that,
feel like my shoulders are.
that we're able to meet. Uh, we've always been around each other back then in the university. We attended the same university, attended the same fellowship, though it was a knowing at face level, nothing attached. But at that time, I've started taking note of you, though from a distance, and started observing some things from a distance. And then after school, we life happened. I graduated, left the university,
Mm-hmm.
went out to do national service and all
Mm-hmm.
of that. In all of these periods, of course, even though I was taking note of you at that time on campus, I never had the opportunity to talk with you or to even have your contact to reach out to you, whether via WhatsApp. Was there WhatsApp at that time? Yeah, I think
Yes, there was WhatsApp.
there was WhatsApp, and
You're sounding like we're from way back, like in the
yeah,
90s or
no, no,
something.
no. And then that time, we were just not in touch at the time. So graduated, left the university, went out, and then life happened. We still couldn't connect. We still couldn't come together at any point. And fast forward to 2024.
Mm-hmm.
And then, okay, I started taking special cognizance after observing, and
Mm.
I've seen that this lady has all the qualities I'm looking out for.
Hey.
And I decided to go get your contact from a friend.
Oh, who is that friend? Who is that friend that decided to release my number?
He's one of the persons you know, and I know. So I met the guy and I said, "Oh, guy, I'm beginning to like this girl,
Mm-hmm.
and I know she's your friend. Can you tell me some few things about her?" And the guy told me amazing things about you, which fueled my desire, my 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 desire to be with you. And after that, I remember some coming up. I said, okay, I broke the age long silence to have a conversation with you on WhatsApp. Hey, how are you, sister? How your day? How's your day? And how's everything? And of course, the usual response from a stranger is, yes, I'm fine. And you? And we began from there. One of the things that stood out was the fact that I think I was consistent. Even
Oh,
though
so how I talk about consistency, you also applied consistency in following up this lady.
I was consistent after that time. Of course, having observed and I've made up my mind, I said, okay, this is the way to go. I became consistent. Consistent, not uh, primarily because marriage was a goal, but of course to get to know ourselves at a facial level, and then let's start having some level of conversation. Of course, by so doing, you get to know the other person more, and we get to know ourselves better, and we can build on the relationship from there. Once trust is established and the genuinity of intentions are established, it's easier to build a functional and working relationship from that perspective. So what I did in my case was trying to establish that level of that level of conversation, and then much later made known my intention. And of course, I told her I don't have time on my hands, and to God be the glory, we are here.
Okay, you forgot to let's even talk about the fact that I didn't know we're going to get married when I met him, when I went to pick him at the airport. Like we had this kind of things where, hi, Nettie, thanks for joining. We had this thing where we go to help to pick people just entering the country from the airport. And I went to pick him from the airport. Unknown to me, I was going to pick my future husband. I was
Yeah.
going to pick my future husband. So whenever you come across this live, don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to comment, ask me questions. So we're talking about how we met. We got married in less than 5 months, by the way. So of course, but we've known for a while. So we are talking about how we met. So here I shared this path. I mean, from the moment, even though we've known before, we went to the same university, and he finished before me. He was doing a 4 year course. I was doing a 6 year course. And so he left the university before me, but we were never close. And then we moved to different country. I left the country, and then somehow he came to the country that I was. Should we say he pursued me to that country? Did Hi Amanda, I'm so excited to see you. Oh, Amanda is my friend, Auntie's sister, the one that my friend in UK, her
Okay,
twin
okay.
sister.
Hi, Amanda.
Hi Amanda, I'm so happy to see you on this live. Thank you so much for joining. So I went to pick. So I was just sharing about how we met. Someone asked me today, and someone asked me to share about it. So he had talked about his part, so I was going to talk about my part. I mean, one of the things I said earlier was that I had no idea he was going to be my husband when I met him when I went to pick him at the airport. I mean, what are the odds? And I was not happy that I had to go and pick him up. Someone else was supposed to go and picking up, and the person was like, Esther, please, can you help me? I was so busy, but I was like, okay, imagine coming into the country for the first time and then you are stranded at the airport. What would I abandon? How would I feel if someone abandoned me at the airport or if nobody was there to help me? So I decided to leave everything I was going to do, even though at that time he had been reaching out to me and I didn't want to give him I didn't want to give him attention. So I was very upset when I had to go and pick him. Like, why me? Why? But I still decided to go anyway. And then I picked him up. Unknown to me, he was going to be my husband.
Yes,
And then
that's destiny.
you did not talk that part.
Yeah, yeah,
Meanwhile, you were eyeing me. Let's be serious. You were
yeah.
eyeing me.
Yes, I was.
Hey.
And just there was an arrangement of someone to come and pick me from the airport upon arrival, and just few hours into my arrival, before my arrival rather, I now chatted the person, oh bro, I will be landing in few minutes, and said, I said, I'm sorry, I'm engaged, and I won't be able to pick you up. However, I've made an arrangement for someone else to pick you up. Say, who is that person? Esther.
Hey.
In my mind,
Your future wife.
yeah, in my mind, I said, okay, it's fine, it's fine. And he asked me if I knew Esther, and I gave him a very cold answer. Oh,
because
okay,
they're not happy the way I treated you.
I said, oh, is Esther? All right. I think I have her number, and then let me reach out. And I did.
And of course, my response was not so warm.
The response was not so warm, but I think you did something that was very profound for me. You went ahead and said, okay, even though I'm busy, I'm going to make out the sacrifice to come pick you from the airport. And you asked when I was going to land. I answered those questions. And of course, because coming to the country for the very first time, really don't know where she struggled locating me. The switch from my own network, not working in a new country and not familiar with the environment, the description I give were really, really not the best I could have done. Of course, I will do it way better now, having understood the terrain and know some of the places and the features around. So it was an amazing time, and she came and picked me up, and it was just still the cold, normal way of greeting a total stranger. But this time around, I was wondering, this stranger is nice. And she came and picked me up and said, hey.
So destiny was ordering our steps to get married.
Yeah. Destiny was ordering our paths, and we came in, settled in, and some of the friends I got to know today, she didn't only pick me from the airport. She ensured I got to my destination very safe, made an arrangement with someone who could help me out with my first registration, take me around to my point of registration, and that was very seamless for me. I contacted the
it's
guy.
Time to pay me for all that.
Yeah, I'm paying you already in kind, and I'll forever pay for.
You should be paying for that because those are the services people pay for. I mean, why? Yeah. Okay, so it just showed that sometimes we don't even we have no not even sometimes we don't even have an idea and what kind of plan God has for us. What are the odds that by then I don't think I had this mindset or was sure if I was so sure my husband was not present in the country. I had no idea he was going to meet me at that point. And I wasn't even considering marriage or relationship. I was at the point where I was so focused on my studies. I was so focused on my PhD. I was so focused. I didn't even want anybody to disturb me. So you can imagine how that prayer said, God, order the steps of my life. I mean, God was ordering our steps to meet each other. And even though we met in the country, even though you came and met me in this country, we both were still not, hi Philip, hi Imran, we're still not even making any
serious
of course you tried, but I was not in that place. I remember I was just not ready. I was not interested. I was like, can this guy just let me be? It's not like I was at a place where I think I was coming from a place of hurt. I've gone through a lot, and there was so much pain, and I felt like, I remember I told God I was not ready for any more heartbreaks. My heart was already broken beyond repair. I told God I didn't have any heartbreak left in me. Yeah, he's been talking actually throughout today. So I just came in. He's been talking, Imran. You just came, so you had no idea. He's been the one talking, though. They say I should give you time to talk, but you've been talking.
Mhm.
He had shared this part, and me, I'm sharing my part actually. So that's why. So we're just talking about how we met. He shared his perspective, and I'm sharing mine. No, we in this one, both of us are talking actually. He was talking, and then he allowed me to talk, and also, so I remember that we had that time, and then even though you tried to reach out to me, I didn't no, I was not ready, and then we lost communication for a while, and then thank you so much. Now, what I remember, you came back to speak to me. What was the reason that you decided to come back and speak to me after you stopped talking to me for a long time? I mean, of course, because I was not giving you attention and all of that, you decided not to talk to me again, and all of a sudden you showed up. What happened? What changed your mind, especially that day that you just called me from the blues? Let me say that he just called me and said your outfit was so nice. You look so beautiful. I mean, I'm beautiful. I always look beautiful.
Mhm.
I mean, and then he decided that was the best day to compliment me, and that was where he started.
Yeah, what happened was, of course, destiny has always directed our path to be together. There were signs and signals here and there, and we've been in the same fellowship.
Mm-hmm.
And that day, the fellowship organized a picnic, and she came in a very wonderful outfit. I saw her, and my mind, my heart, and everything, I was lost.
Imran
Was
think I should become a news reporter. Why do you think so?
and and I just felt like, wow, this is it. That day, the courage came like never before. And on getting back, I put the call across. Hey, how are you, Esther? Can we talk? And from that conversation, one thing led to another, and
Hey,
we are here 5 months in marriage.
hey, yeah, yeah. Is it handshake? Is it like a is it a business deal? Why are you shaking me like a business partner? Oh, okay, we're on the same team, so it's a business. Congratulations on 5 months.
Thank you.
So imagine that day at that picnic, I had this. I felt like I was not very dressed because I wanted to dress in a certain way, and then I was cooking for the picnic, and so I didn't. Thank you so much. I didn't dress so well, and then I had to rush because I was among those cooking the food. I was one coordinating the food for that picnic, so I didn't have the time to dress up so much, and I just put this. I just wore this jean and stuff, and then I just brushed up. I remember telling them. I and the other girls that look, I don't think I look so good, and they were like, Esther, you're so fine. You don't need to dress so much. It's okay. Unknown to me, when I got to the venue of the picnic, there's this guy staring at me, and then I don't know that this guy has been looking at me. It's just like that scripture that said, um, why was it Rebecca was fetching the
Yeah,
water,
Rebecca.
and then Isaac behold a beauty from afar. That was what we were doing. I was just doing my thing. This guy was staring at me and admiring my beauty. Oh God. And then after the meeting, he reaches out and I'm like, wow, you look so good. And of course, the next day I came to, I was at church, and of course, I dressed again. And I guess he couldn't keep the compliment to himself anymore. I mean, yesterday you looked so good. Today you look so good again. And then he called like, you look so good. You look so good. Should I take it as a compliment, Imran, or should I take it as? He said I looked so good, and then that was the first time we had a long conversation. and we spoke for quite a long time. Before then, the truth is that before then, all of a sudden I felt the need that it was time for me to settle down. Even though I didn't feel I was ready, but during my devotion that day, I was praying and I felt the need that it was time. Like it was not good for me to be alone anymore. But I said I was going to be very intentional. I was like, okay, God, even if I want to get into a relationship, even if I want to get married, even if I want to start, where do I start from? I'm not even ready. I remember saying I didn't have any heartbreak left in me. And then that morning, I felt like this assurance in my spirit, in my heart. And then his thought came to my mind. I was like, but we don't even talk anymore. And I was like, okay, God, if this person, if you feel that this guy is the one, if you feel like this person is my husband, hi, little blue bear. Whenever you join the live, please don't forget to just drop a comment. Don't forget to subscribe. We are talking about how we met. Yeah, he is actually a perfect person. And he's an amazing man, sincerely. He's a blessing to me. He has been a very great blessing to me. He has done so much.
Thank you so much, Imran.
He has been he has contributed to a lot of my life. I'm so happy that I have him. You know, I was sharing some days back that marriage has made me more productive. Marriage has amplified so many things. I remember when he told me when we started a relationship, he said, Esther, I'm not coming to quench your fire. I'm not coming to reduce you. I'm rather coming to make your light shine brighter. I'm coming to amplify what is already there. So, and of course, he has been, thank you so much. And he has been doing that. He has been amplifying my everything that I have. He has been making my light to shine brighter. You know, people see me these days and they say, Esther, married looks good on you. And I think it's a good compliment for someone to say, since this person got married, they don't look good anymore. And I mean, this guy, I'm doing a lot in your life. I mean, see now. See how fine you look. This is the evidence of a good wife.
You are trying. You are making.
No, I'm not trying. I'm doing an amazing job.
You are doing an amazing job. It's been an amazing time. It's an experience that I'm ever grateful to God for. I'm grateful to you. It's been a good way, a journey of bliss.
Yeah, I think it's been an amazing journey. And I feel like one of the things I just want to share with someone who probably is trusting God for a partner is that sometimes we have our own plans, but God has his own plans. You know, the time that we got married and the time that we met, I was not ready for marriage. I mean, not like I was not ready. I was just sure I was not going to get married that year. I was so sure I was not going to get married last year. I mean, what are the odds that I would start a relationship in June and get married that year? In May, do you imagine the shock on the faces of my friends when I told them I was getting married? Like, Esther, you were telling us you were done with relationship, you were not interested for now, you just want to focus on your studies. How did that change? And then marriage. You know, some of my friends felt like I betrayed. No, I'm not. Am I forcing you to say good words? No, no.
No. Imran, far from that. These words are inbuilt and it's coming from a genuine heart. These are exactly how I feel and how she has. In short, I can't even exhaustively talk about how good I feel about her and how the journey has been.
Yeah, earlier today, I remember him telling my parents that I'm doing an amazing job.
Yeah,
he was telling my family that, oh, me, I've done so much for him and all of that. But generally, I think marriage is it benefits the both party. And so I think it's been beneficial for the both of us. So, but I'm so happy that I got married when I did, even though I wasn't planning to. And Imagine from May, I was in a relationship. Beginning of June, I was in a relationship, and then from June,
From
I
July.
from yeah, ending of, was it July?
July, yeah.
Yeah, July we started relationship, and then we got married in November. How did that happen?
Yeah.
We got married in November. Me, that was so sure that I was not even ready. I was so sure that I was just going to focus on so many things, and then all of a sudden, I'm in a relationship, and then I'm getting married, and then we traveled. Yeah, I know. Then we traveled we traveled all the way back home. I mean, some persons were like, "Why are you people rushing or something? You just told us you just started a relationship. Why are you getting married?" Sincerely, I had prayed. We prayed about it. We spoke to those that were ahead of us. We had a lot of counseling and all of that. So it was not something that we just decided to rush into. It was something we were very intentional about. And one of the things I would like to say is that God writes the best love stories. You can be living your life, and all of a sudden you give up. You are at the point of giving up, and then it's just like God just decided to write your story. And then last year, I wasn't considering marriage, and all of a sudden, I'm in a relationship. I mean, in June, I wasn't in a relationship,
We were
and
not
then
in the talking
I
terms.
was not
There
even
was
a
no
talking
conversation.
stage.
There was no talking stage in June.
And then all of a sudden, I started a relationship, and then before you know, I'm telling everybody we're getting married. Some persons were like, "Are you sure you didn't get pregnant?" And then you're trying to cover up. And we're like, "No, we
No, we
wouldn't
don't
do
do
that.
that.
We
We
do
don't
we
do
don't
that.
do that. We don't believe in such."
No, no,
So
no, no.
people were like, "Are you sure? Are you people not rushing? Is there something you are hiding from us? How do you tell us you're getting married? I mean, you were not in a relationship, but it shows that God writes the perfect stories. God can change your life in a short time. God can change everything. Things can happen, and all the while I was so sure my husband was not around, and then meanwhile he was right beside me in the same fellowship around me doing things. Someone that I had known. I mean, it was easier because we've known each other for a while, even though we've never been close. And then we got married. We traveled all the way to Nigeria, and when we did how was it possible to plan a wedding? Maybe we'll do another video on that. Plan a
Yeah,
wedding
another
in
video.
4 months,
In
and
4 months
in
from
literally 2 3 months, because we did, even when we started, we're not sure if we're going to get married yet, if we're going to do when the wedding was going to
there
hold.
was a lot of
Yeah.
contemplations considering our stay. We are both far away, and this is where I said, one, God came through for us, and we were determined. We both agreed and saw the need that there's no time to wait further and to be indecisive. We just made up our mind and said, okay, this is what we want to do. And this affirms the fact that anytime there is a will, there is a way.
Mm-hmm.
We made up our minds, and God helped us. God showed us mercies, and we had an amazing ceremony. And apart from the ceremony, we are having an amazing time as couples. It's been a blessing and a refreshing adventure to my journey, and has even made me settle down much more faster, even in this new place here with my studies and all of that. It's everything is going well. Marriage has added a lot, and all thanks to you, this amazing wife,
Ah, thank you
and
so
thanks to
much.
God for bringing us together.
Wow, Imran, congratulations. That's nice. You said he's a married person. He's been married to a girl he loved from 15. That's nice. It's good to marry someone you love.
Imran, congratulations. Thank
Mm.
you so much. Glad to hear this from you.
Yeah, it's actually amazing to marry someone you love. And I've I feel like when you should marry someone who would choose you every day, who would choose every part of you, who wants to bring out the best in you, who wants to be you to become a better version of yourself. You know, one thing I want to say is that from the day that I decided to, one of the reasons that I went with him, and from the day I decided to be with him, I have never second guessed my future with him. He's one of the, I would say, he's the first person that I was so sure of that I was not making a mistake. He was the first, I was not second guessing. Maybe that was why it was easy for me, for us to get married in a short time.
I'm blushing.
But it's true. I was not, I was so, I don't know why this, I don't know why I was so sure. You know, sometimes I would be around some persons, and then when they start talking marriage, I'm scared. Wow, that's a lot. One sided. Wow. So that's a lot. But for me, I felt like I I was so sure of my future with him. I was so sure I was I picked a good father for my kids. I never second guessed my future. I was sure I was committing my future to the right person, and I was going to do life with this person. You know, one of the things that I liked about him, which I keep talking about, is the fact that he's a very kind person. Wow, congratulations. So you are older than us in marriage for a few days, for a few, like 2 months.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, Imran.
So,
We're colleagues.
yes, married colleagues.
Yeah.
He is someone who is very kind. I've seen him being kind to other people. And another thing, he's a very consistent person. I talk about consistency a lot. Hey, wow, congratulations. Congratulations. Wow, that's
Congratulations, Imran. Please
great.
invite us for the ceremony.
I can imagine how excited and happy you are about becoming a father soon.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, Imran.
So, he is a very kind person. I love the fact that he is kind. He's so kind, and for me, I've seen he's a very consistent person. You know, there's something there's something I got to know about consistency. Consistency, it was for me to trust him, to trust my future with him, to trust to do life because it's forever. So, hi football, 1 2 3 or something. Thank you for joining us. We're talking about how we met. Thank you so much. So it was easy to trust him because he has been consistent for how many years? Someone I knew from I knew way back at 2011. He has still not changed in 2022, 2023, 2024. He's been very consistent. So it was easy for me to love him. It was easy for me to trust him because he has been very consistent. And even as even as we go forward in this marital journey, I feel excited. I feel happy. And for me, marriage has been a blessing. It's like I said earlier, it has made me more productive. Now, the prayers that I prayed, I was like, God, I want someone who would help me become a better version of myself. I want someone who will help me grow, someone who will who will support my vision. I felt like there was a lot that God will do with my life, and I needed someone who would help me become that best version, not someone who will come and dim my light. And he had made a comment to me, which I said earlier, that Esther, I'm not here to dim your light, I'm here to make you shine. And sincerely, in these few months, he's been doing that. He's been helping me. You know, I was sharing with someone, an older, someone I look up to on Sunday, and she was asking me some question, and I said, indeed, this how many months of marriage I become more productive, things that I couldn't achieve before. Because I have someone, it's easier for me to achieve it. Someone who wants me to be a better person, someone who feels that I should shine bright, someone who is making me my gifts, my skills, and everything to find expression. You see, even this YouTube channel, 5 years ago, I talked about starting a YouTube channel. 3 years ago, I talked about starting a YouTube channel. Every year, I keep talking about it. Has never been possible. And then this guy came into the picture and I was like, Esther, you have to start